Hello everyone, and I welcome you all once again to the today's session of design of roof truss. Okay, so in the last session we had a discussion over the calculation of design member forces or the design forces. Okay, so I had explained how to convert the the given member forces into design forces by considering some of the load combinations, and we have calculated the design member forces for principal rafter, main tie and for other interior members. So now by using those design forces, the design forces in the member, we are going to design the required member to be provided in the cross section or in the truss, correct? So we got the design forces. So we got the design forces by considering the load combinations, and we selected the maximum load, that is the compressive load as well as the compressive force as well as the tensile force. So we got here 472.8 and 261 kilonewton. Okay, so as I told you, the negative stand for compression and positive stand for tension. So we have to design, for example, so these are the design forces for the principal rafter. Now we have to design the principal rafter to counteract the tension force of the tensile force of 472.8 kilonewton and the compressive force of 261 kilonewton, and so on for tie member and for other interior member. Okay, you have to consider the maximum force, and for those forces you have to design the member. Okay, now we will begin with design of first member, that is design of principal rafter to carry a force of 472.8 kilonewton tensile force and 261 kilonewton compressive force. Okay, so we will begin with design of principal rafter. Okay, the first is, first design of principal rafter. Design of principal rafter. So if you would like to name it as, so it is L0 U1, okay, L0 U1 comma U1 U2 comma U2 U3, okay, correct. So it is L0 U1. So you can check here the principal rafter L0 U1, U1 U2, U2 U3 and so on for this side, because it's a mirror image of the half portion. Okay, okay, so for that, and we have got the length of the member is 1.79 meter from the given diagram. The length of the member, it is 1.79 meter. Okay, and the design forces are design forces. For the design forces you have to design, that is, it is minus 261 kilonewton and plus 472.2 kilonewton. Okay, so this is for compression, this is for tension. Okay, now if you look at here, the maximum force is tension. Out of these two, the maximum force is tension. So what you have to do? You have to consider the maximum force, that is tension. So means we have to design, we have to select the section and you have to design as a tension member, and same whatever the member you design for tension, same member you have to cross check for compression. Correct? So what is the procedure? When you get the design forces, so what you have to do? You have to check out which one is the maximum. So you have to design, you have to follow the design for that particular force. Now for example here tension, so you have to design these member as a tensile member, and later you have to check that member whether it is safe to carry the compression force. Correct? So we are going to follow that same. Okay. Now here what you have to do? Here, so here the maximum force is tension, so therefore design as a tension, design as a tension member, design as a tension member, and check as compression member. So you have to design, you have to follow the procedure for design as a tension member, and same whatever the member, the area we provide, you have to check for compression, check as a compression member. Okay. Check as a compression member. So step 1 for design, what is the step 1? Step 1. So that is the step 1 is cross section area and connection details. So first of all you have to find out what is the cross section area required, and for that cross section area you have to find out the connection details. What is the connection details? So therefore as per clause number 6.2 of page number 32 of IS 800 2007. So what you have to do? You have to refer for the cross section area. For the cross section area, you have to refer clause number 6.2, page number 32, IS 800 2007. Okay. So here it is given TDG is equal to AG into Fy divided by gamma m naught. TDG is equal to Ag into Fy into upon gamma m naught. So where you have to go? You have to go to page number 32. So when you open page number 32, you will get this TDG, that is design strain due to yielding of cross section. So it is nothing but for what? To calculate the design strain due to yielding of cross section. So by using this formula you have to find out what is Ag required. What is Ag? So for that Fy is 250 and gamma m naught is 1.1. Okay. You will get it from table number 5. It is mentioned here. Okay. So you have to refer this clause number. So TD is nothing but the tension force 472.2 into 10⁻³ is equal to Ag into Fy is 250, gamma m naught is 1.1. So from this you have to find out Ag, what is the area, gross area. So we get here it is 2077.68 mm square. So that is mm square. So again what you have to do for factor of safety, you have to increase this area by 15%. So therefore increase the area by 15%, increase the gross area by 15%. So therefore AG will be 2077.68 into 1.15. By 15% you have to increase. So it will be 2389.33 mm square. By increasing the area by 15%, we get it is 2389.33 mm square, or it is nothing but 23.89 centimeter square. The AG will be 23.89 centimeter square. So this is the required cross section area for the member what you select. So now what you have to do, you have to refer steel table and you have to find out a section of area having more or less little bit 5% more or less of this area. Okay, so you have to refer steel table, as I told you how to refer steel table. So you have to refer steel table. So what you are doing, for principal rafter we are going to use double angle back to back, double angle back to back. So for that you have to refer steel table. Okay, so I will show you how to refer that. So when you open steel table, okay, so if you turn the number of pages in that, you will get one chapter for properties of two angles back to back. It will be there in the steel table. Okay, you have to find out that. So there you will get properties of two angles back to back. So here it is equal angles, same way you get for unequal angles. You will get for unequal angles. So for our principal rafter, I am selecting section ISA 80 by 80 by 8. So I will show you here. Okay, now I am selecting ISA 80 by 80 by 8, and for that the area is 24.42. So our area was 23.89 and I am selecting 24.42. So more or less 5% it is fine. So you have to select a section by referring steel table. So I have selected ISA 80 by 80 by 8, 24.42 with 10 mm gusset plate, means in between two angles back to back there will be gusset plate. So like, yes, here. So there is a gap here, what you can see. So that gap is nothing but what? That gap is nothing but gusset plate. You have to insert a gusset plate in that. So I am assuming 10 mm gusset plate. Okay. So here, so for that the properties is mentioned here. You can see here the distance back to back of angles. So here it is mentioned 0 mm, 6 mm, 10 mm. So I am using 10 mm gap. That is nothing but the gusset plate. Okay. So we will note down the properties from steel table here. So let us try 2 ISA 80 by 80 by 8. 2 ISA 80 by 80 by 8 back to back with 10 mm gusset plate, with 10 mm gusset plate, with 10 mm gusset plate. Okay. So for that the area is given, it is given as 24.42 centimeter square. So for required it is 23.89 and we have selected 24.42 centimeter square. Okay. Now the selection of section is over. As I told you, the cross section area is, we have, according to this we have selected. So this is done. Now we have to move on to connection details. Okay. So next is connection details. Connection details. Okay. So here the type of connection is not mentioned in the given statement. So we will design for bolted connection. Okay, so the connection details, that is for bolted connection. So assuming M24 bolts, assuming M24 bolts of PC, that is property class 4.6. So we'll assume M24 bolts of property class 4.6. It means what? It means the FUB, it is 400 Newton per mm square. As I told you, 4.6 grade means what? It is 4.6 means FUB, the ultimate strength of bolt FUB will be 400 Newton per mm square. Okay. So now we have to find out the number of bolts required for making the connection. The number of bolts required for making the connection. Okay. So now the number of bolts, how we will find out number of bolts? The number of bolts will be force divided by bolt value. How you find out? Force divided by bolt value. Force means maximum force. The maximum force in the member divided by bolt value. So we have to find out the number of bolts, that is by using maximum force divided by bolt value. Because whatever the force occurred in the member, it has to transfer to the joint. Joint means connection. Connection means bolts. Okay, that force has to be carried by the number of bolts. Okay, so that is, so where bolt value is nothing but, what is bolt value? Bolt value is nothing but the design strength of bolt. The design strength of bolt. The design strength of bolt. Okay. The design strength of bolt, it is design strength of bolt which will be least, L-E-A-S-T, least of what is that? First, shear strength of bolt, and second one is bearing strength of bolt. It is least of, you have to find out the bolt value BV, which will be least of the design strength of bolt, which will be least of shear strength of bolt and bearing strength of bolt. So here you have to find out the shear strength and bearing strength of bolt. Okay, so the first is, so therefore we have to find out first one, that is, first one is shear strength of bolt, shear strength of bolt. So which is given by VDSB is equal to VNSB upon gamma MB. These things you all learned in last semester. Okay, so that is VDSB is equal to VNSB upon gamma MB. Okay, so therefore VNSB is given by FU by root 3 into NN into ANB plus NS into ASB. NN into ANB plus NS into ASB. Okay. So here, as I told you, A and B stand for the area of threaded part and ASB stand for area of shank portion of the bolt. Threaded part and shank portion of the bolt. Okay. So here note, assuming fully threaded bolts, so we are going to assume fully threaded bolts, and threads are intercepting shear plane. Threads are intercepting shear plane. So this term will become 0. Understood? So that's why it is Nn into Nb. So we'll substitute back here. So we'll find out VNSB. Fu is 400 by root 3 into bracket of Nn, because as we know we are going to use two angles back to back, okay, with 10 mm gusset plate. So here we are going to use two angles back to back with 10 mm gusset plate. So number of shear planes will be, we get how many intercepts? One intercept, two intercept. So two intercept means two shear planes. Are you getting my point? One face intercepting, then another face, because back to back two interfaces are intercepting here. So we get two shear planes. Okay. So here it will be Fu. So Nn into Nb. So 2 times Nb is 0.78 into pi by 4 and diameter is 24 square. Okay. So we get this as 162.98 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Okay. So therefore VDSB will be VNSB. So this will be VNSB upon gamma MB. So VNSB upon gamma MB. So it is 162.98 into 10 raised to 3 divided by gamma MB is 1.25. Okay. So therefore we get VDSB is equal to, VDS is equal to 130.38 kilonewton. 130.38 kilonewton. VDS is equal to 130.38 kilonewton. Understood? So this is regarding the shear strength. Now we have to find out the bearing strength. So next is bearing strength of bolt. Second one, bearing strength of bolt. Okay, bearing strength of bolt, which is given by VDPB is equal to, again, VNPB upon gamma MB. VDPB is equal to what? VNPB upon gamma MB. So where VNPB is given by 2.5 kb dtfu. Okay, this is again as per IS 800. As per IS 800. If you want, I will give the page number also. So it is mentioned in page number 75. When you open IS 800, page number 75, you will get both, that is shear strength of bolt as well as the bearing strength of bolt. Okay. So here the important, that is kb, the value of the calculation of kb. Okay. Because d is the diameter of plate, t is the thickness of plate, and fu is the bearing strength. Okay. So we have to find out kb. So kb is again list of, we have to find out here. So it will be list of, as per the clause, it will be list of, we'll find out one by one. Okay. So for that, first of all, we should have what is E. What is E? So E is, by the thumb rule, we can assume 1.7 times D naught. So that is 44.2. So we'll go for 45 mm. 44.2, that is 45 mm. And the pitch distance P will be 2.5 times D. So we'll go for 60 mm. So we are going to assume the edge distance of 45 and the pitch distance of 60. Okay. So therefore KB will be, first of all, it is E divided by 3D naught. It will be E divided by 3D naught. So E is 45 divided by 3 times D naught is 60. So we get it is 0.57 E. Then one more we have that is P divided by 3D naught. One more, P divided by 3D naught minus 0.25. So from this we get it is 0.51. Okay, and one more we have FU by FUB and 1. So all this the 4 categories are there. From that you have to find out KB. So here we got the value of KB as 0.51. Okay, I'll just check. I think we got 5.51. Okay, so we got it is 0.51. So therefore it is, so we'll find out. So 2.5 KB is 0.51. D, the diameter is 24. Thickness of plate, that is the least is 10 mm into FU is 400. Okay, so we get VNPB is equal to, we get VNPB is equal to 122.4 kilonewton. We get VNPB is equal to 122.4 kilonewton. Because if you want the clarification for T, so T will be least of what? The two plates 8 plus 8 16, two angle thickness 8 plus 8 16. So because we are using two angles back to back, that is the thickness of angle is 8 plus 8 16, or the gusset plate 10. So out of these two, the least will be 10. So we have to use, therefore T will be 10. So what I have used here. Okay, so therefore VDPB will be VNPB upon gamma MB. So VNPB we got 122.4, gamma MB is 1.25, correct? Gamma MB is 1.25. So therefore we get VDPB is equal to 97.92 kilonewton. 97.92 kilonewton. So here the bolt value, as I told you, it is nothing but the design strength of bolt, and it will be list of shear strength of bolt and bearing strength of bolt. So we have to choose list of those two. So we got the bolt value BV is equal to, 97.92 kilonewton. 97.92 kilonewton. Okay, so therefore the number of bolts will be, the maximum force is 472.2 divided by 97.92. The maximum force is 472.2 divided by the bolt value, we get 4.82. So we'll provide 5 numbers. We'll provide 5 number of bolts. Okay, so this is regarding the connection details. So what you can see here, the connection details. So the two angles, two ISA 80 by 80 by 8 back to back with 10 mm gusset plate, what you can see here. And we got the connection details, that is the 5 number of bolts, 1 2 3 4 5 number of bolts, just now what we have calculated. Okay, so this is regarding the first step of design of principal rafter. We have selected area and we have designed the connection. Okay, and regarding this, if you get any queries, you can write it over comment box. Okay, thank you very much.